and I'm with Sara again at IELLO Games, BGG.CON 2014, and she's going to talk about King of New York, which is one of your biggest releases recently.
Yeah, this is the biggest release of the year for sure. We're really excited about this. People went crazy for King of Tokyo. A lot of people say it's their favorite game, so it's a really big deal for us to put out a whole new, full-fledged, all-on-its-own game that is like King of Tokyo, but it definitely has its own feel.
So it basically just builds on the mechanics of King of Tokyo. So Sarah's going to explain the differences from the first game rather than going through the entire mechanics.
Yeah, if you've never played King of Tokyo, please go and watch a video about it. It's a fantastic game, but I just want to tell you about how this one's different because that's what most people are excited about. So the main thing you're going to notice right away is that there's this board now that we didn't have before. And Manhattan is just like Tokyo in that you go there, and if you are attacking from Manhattan, you attack everyone. Anyone outside of Manhattan is attacking you, but now every character is on the board somewhere all the time. So if you're not in Manhattan, you're in another borough of New York City, and you get to do different things inside those boroughs. So you'll also notice on the dice that they're no longer numbers. Instead of 1, 2, 3, we now have a building, a skull, and a star. And these are going to be a great way for you to get points because you no longer have the 1, 2, 3 to get as sets. So if you roll the building, then you get to destroy one of the buildings that's in the borough that you're in. So for example, this one has 1 health as a building, so rolling 1 building will destroy this. But for some reason, the military doesn't really like it when you destroy their buildings, so as soon as you destroy the building, the military shows up. You flip over that token, now there's a military tile there. And anytime you roll the skull, it's going to deal damage to you. So the skull means all military in your borough attacks you. But the good news is if you roll 2 skulls instead, then all of the military in your borough attack all the characters inside that same borough. So you might be able to deal damage to your opponent when they are close to dying. Even though you take a little damage, it might be worth it. If you roll 3 skulls, then you deal damage to everybody in all boroughs that has a military tile in it. So if you're in an area that has no military and these guys over here have some military tiles out, you can deal damage to them indirectly by rolling the 3 skulls. The next side of the die you'll find is a superstar. If you roll 3 superstars, you get to take the superstar card. This means that now every time you roll one of these stars, you get a point. So it's an alternative way to get victory condition points. Also, every time you destroy a building or military, you get the resource that's printed on that tile. So for example, this one, you do 1 building attack and you get 1 star. So it's another great way to get more victory points. And that's most of the game. There are a few other subtle changes, but for the most part, it still feels like King of Tokyo, but there's just a lot more interesting stuff to do now.
And there are a lot of new monsters as well, so...
Yep, 6 new fantastic monsters. My favorite happens to be the praying mantis with the chainsaw. But I know a lot of people like Captain Fish. He's a whale inside a fishbowl attached to a big suit, and he has a ship on a chain. He's really fun. All of the characters are brand new, but just like in King of Tokyo, their stats on their card are just the same. You can move them around. And so if you wanted to play with any of the King of Tokyo characters, you could do that too.
And the victory conditions are the same for King of New York as with King of Tokyo?
Correct, yep. You have to get to 20 victory points to win. You start with 10 health. If you get to 0, you lose.
Excellent. Well, thanks very much.
Thank you.